Now we are discussing the topic IPv4 classful addressing. As the name signifies classful addressing, that means IPv4 IP addresses are divided into different classes. So there are 5 classes on which the IP addresses are divided. So if we talk about the classes, then there are class A, class B, C, D and E. So these are the 5 classes in which the IPv4 address are divided. So now to discuss about the classful addressing, we know that the IP addresses are of 2 types. The first one is the dotted decimal notation and second one is the binary notation. So first of all, we are taking the dotted decimal notation. We know that any of the IP addresses in the form of the dotted decimal notation, just like many of the times we have seen the IP address like 192.168.11.13. So this is the notation which is the dotted decimal notation. Now how to find out that this IP belong to which class? So for that there is a range is given. We must understand one thing, that the first block is important for us. That means talking about this block, it is important for us. We should not focus on all the other part. So that means this first byte, that is important for us. So here the range is given, and based upon this range we will find that this IP address belong to which class. So now we are discussing the range which is defined in the classful addressing. If we talk about the range of class A, then in the class A the range is given is 0 to 127. Then talking about the range of class B, then it is starting from 128 going till 191. Then class C, in the class C we are having 192 to 223. Then afterward class D, in the class D 224 to 239. Then talking about the last class, class E, it is 240 to 255. So that is the range of the classes. Now the other different bytes are not necessary. That means second byte, third byte and fourth byte we don't have to bother. Similarly here, if a IP address is given, then we don't have to bother about the other addresses. We only have to focus on the first particular byte. Now talking about the example which we have quoted, which is 192.168.11.13, then where this particular IP address belong? So now if we talk about the IP address here 192, and we can see that this 192 is falling under the range 192 to 223. So that is the range under that this IP is falling. That means this is the class C. So we can say that this IP address belong to the class C. So that is how we can find out the IP address classes. Now we are discussing the next type of notation, which is the binary notation. We know that IP address is also having a binary notation in which we are having the IP address into the binary form. And we know that the IP address is of 8 bit every byte is having. So talking about any IP, if I take, then if I IP start with 00, 00, 00, 00. So this is the first 8 bits of the IP. Then afterward we are having 000, 010, 10. So that is the second byte. Now talking about the third byte, that is 010, 001, 10. So now one more byte which we are taking, that is 101, 010, 00. So these are the 4 byte of the IP address, or we can say that it is a 32-bit IP address where 88 bits are belonging to each byte. So this is the binary notation of the IP address. Now how to find out that this IP belong to which particular class? Now, first of all, we know that the classes are divided into the 5 parts, or we can say that the IP address is having the 5 classes. So there is the class A, B, C, D and E. So these are the 5 classes in which the IP addresses are divided. As the dotted decimal notation, we have focused on the first particular block. Similarly here, we have to only focus on the first part here. We don't have to focus on the other parts. So here this is important, first part. Similarly, this first byte we have to focus on, and we will compare the first part, rest we don't have to bother. Now for the binary notation, a sequence is given to us. So if we talk about the class A, then it is 0, then B 1 0, class C 1 1 0, class D triple 1 0, and talking about class E 4 times 1 1 1 1 1. So if any of the IPs start with this particular numeric values, then that particular IP belong to that specific class. And we know that we don't have to bother about any other thing, just like this second is not required, third is not required, and fourth byte is not required. Similarly, if a binary IP is given, then these are not required. We have to only focus on the first byte. So first byte is important for us. Now we are finding that the IP which is given to us belong to which specific class. We can see that this particular IP is starting with the 0. So we are matching that, yes. Here it is matching in the class A. So yes, this IP belongs to the class A because it is starting with the 0. So this is the IP of class A. So this is how we can find out the classes of the different IP addresses. Now we are discussing that these classes are having how many number of blocks and what are their applications. So now we are discussing the classes, blocks and the application. We know that there are different classes. If we talk about class, then the classes are class A, B, C, D and E. So these are the 5 classes which are available. Now we are going to each class one by one and understanding how many blocks are there. To understand this, what is the block and what is the block size? I am taking the example. Let us suppose that I am having a space. This is a space which is given to me. Now, in this space, I can do one thing, that I can divide into 2 parts. So now we can say that these are the 2 blocks, but the size is more. And if I say that I further divide, now these are the 4 blocks, but size is less as compared to previous blocks. Again I further divide into the different parts. Now these are more blocks, but size is less. Similarly, the space is with us. Now the space, how we divide, that depend. So we are understanding from this table. So here if we see that number of blocks and the block size. So you can see that number of blocks are less. So block size is more. So there in the class A, we are having less number of blocks, but size is more. That means if you are using a very large organization, then you need a big block size. So we can say that class A is used for the large organization. Now talking about the class B, in the class B, number of blocks are more as compared to class A, but block size reduced. Obviously, if I increase the number of blocks, the size become reduced as the example I have given. So the medium size block size is there. If I use some mid-size organization, then their class B IPs are used. Then talking about the class C, their number of blocks are many. So many blocks are there. If blocks are many, then obviously size will be reduced. If we are running a small organization where small block size are required, then we can give many of the blocks. So here the class C IP address is used for the small organization. Now we are talking about the class D. There we are having only one block. If one block is there, means we are having the complete space, then obviously block size is very high. Similarly, in class E also we are having one block, so block size is very high. Now, class D and class E, these classes we do not use. Because if we talk about class D is used for multicast. Multicast means whenever we are sending the message to the multiple people, then this class D is used. So class D is not used for the general purposes, it is only for the multicast. Then talking about the class E, that is reserved. Reserved means that is for the testing or the future uses it is used. So class D and class E, these are not for the normal people. And if I talk about class A, it is for unicast. We know that unicast is one-to-one communication. Similarly, class B is unicast and class C is unicast. So here we are using the class A, B and C normally, and these are used for the large organization, mid-size organization and small organization. That's why class A, B and C are more popular, and you will find that more of the IP addresses which we are using in the organization or the industry will be of these particular classes. So that is all about the classful addressing.